I'm Al Chase. White Rhino Partners is my executive search practice. It's also an executive coaching practice, and White Rhino happens to be my nickname. I'm sharing with you from my heart what networking means to me, and it's a very individual, personal thing. There are things about the way that I go about networking that will not fit you because our personalities are different or because the kind of business that we're in is different. Take what works, discard the rest, sort of like the LinkedIn connections that Dave talked about a few minutes ago, and then modify it to fit who you are and what you want to accomplish in the world. What I'd like to do over the next few minutes, as I throw in other crazy stories, is walk you through an arc of what I think are 5 important constituents of the way that I view networking. If you don't grab, at least reach for that brass ring that you think is out there that only you can grab, for the rest of your life, you're going to wonder what happened, what would have happened if you hadn't taken that safe consulting job with McKinsey or that safe job on Wall Street with Goldman Sachs. Oscar Wilde. Now, one of my loves is the theater. So when I saw this quotation by Oscar Wilde, I went, ooh. To know anything about oneself, one must know all about others. I thought, yeah, that makes perfect sense. But then I want to turn that coin over and look at it from another perspective. And so here's an Al Chase quote. To know enough to be able to connect with others, you must first know yourself. So I see those things, knowing yourself and then using what you know about yourself to reach out and ask the right kind of questions so that you know who other people are as 2 sides of the same coin. You need them both. You can't spend a coin that only is minted on one side. You got to use both. I think it's important that we figure out a way to build a bridge between one of the facets of your personality that you've come to know and what you're quickly discovering about the person that you are meeting one-on-one. All right, 2 key ways to stand out from the crowd. Seth Godin's concept of the purple cow. Number 1, be memorable. Have a personal style. Be yourself. Focus on the other person. Tell stories. And then be a purple cow. Read voraciously. When I deal with people who are still in the formal education stage of their life, one of the things I ask them is, have you learned to enjoy reading yet? Because if you haven't, the rest of the world is going to feel like you're choking down Brussels sprouts. My final point, be real. I hate networking events. Hate them because they feel transactional. That doesn't mean they're bad, they just don't fit me. I would rather spend the time building one-on-one relationships, and then one by one, those relationships, I'm able to connect people where there's a real reason, not just transactional, but existential reason for people to get to know each other. And out of that, I'm going to go back to what Richard said at the very beginning of our gathering this morning, that people like to do business with people that they like and trust in good times and bad. So that's the story of how I do networking. If you've got any comments or questions or complaints, see Richard.